Well, everyone, it's that time of year again. It's the holiday season, and you know what that means. Apparently, it means I have my usual 4-month gap between videos, as I did before my Christmas video a year ago. I seriously need to get better at this YouTube thing. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about my awful habit of disappearing for months at a time, and you certainly aren't here to listen to me talk about it. So instead, let's just move on and talk anime. I always look forward to December because I have the time and a reason to go through my Christmas rewatch list. On the 7th, I always begin my yearly Toradora rewatch. If you're familiar with the series, you would know why I choose to start it on that specific date. I also rewatch my usual favorite Christmas movies, such as The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, and my favorite Christmas arcs or episodes from my top 10 or so anime. All the items on my list are there because they're comforting to me. During this time, I'm on break from school, away from many sources of stress and pressure in my life, and these anime help me unwind as I try to teach myself once again how to relax. Strangely enough, I always have the urge to watch a particular anime that isn't really in any way related to Christmas. It's Snow White with the red hair. Snow White with the red hair is by no means a good anime. On my second watch through, I scored it for the first time, and it was probably the easiest 6 out of 10 I've ever given to a show. When compared to excellent romance series such as Toradora, Clannad, or even Spice and Wolf, there's simply no competition. There shouldn't be anything that makes Snow White stand out, but it does. I think that both the fact that it was one of my first anime, and that it has nothing to set it apart, is precisely what makes it so unique. The anime doesn't try to be anything special, because it doesn't need to. It has alright animation, a decent soundtrack, and a simple, formulaic plot filled to the brim with archetypes and predictable moments. When you watch the show, there's no mystery as to who gets with who like there is with Clannad. There's no exploration of maturation and love like in Toradora. There are no awesome battles with high stakes like in Fate. And there isn't a unique and captivating dynamic between the main two characters like there is with Spice and Wolf. So you might be asking, what does Snow White with the red hair have? To answer this, I want to briefly talk about something that many of you probably hate, but that's still quite popular around this time of year, at least in its niche community. Hallmark movies. I can see you rolling your eyes, yes. Just hear me out. My mom always spends a good amount of time watching the new Hallmark movies each year, so I'm pretty familiar with how they generally go based on the bits and pieces I've picked up here and there. It's usually something like this. A girl is friends with some guy in her small hometown. She then moves away for some reason to the big city. There, she gets rich, becomes a little stuck up, gets in a relationship with some guy who's also rich and stuck up, before returning home after some amount of time to visit family for Christmas. While in her hometown, she reunites with the guy she knew, or maybe some other guy that she never knew but that lived in her hometown all along. They immediately fall in love, the girl breaks up with her quote-unquote evil boyfriend in the big city, and then she moves back to her hometown. They live happily ever after, the end. Pretty accurate, right? While there aren't a lot of similarities between the general plot points of Snow White and your average Hallmark movie, it could be argued that some of the tropes in romantic scenes are similar, though I would personally say that Snow White with the red hair handles them better. There's rarely a Hallmark movie plot that you couldn't predict within the first 5 to 10 minutes. There are also a lot of romance anime that you could predict the plots of within the first episode. Snow White definitely falls into that category. Each arc in the anime is pretty much as follows. Shirayuki gets kidnapped, she does some pretty cool stuff to get out and/or is nice to her captor, making her captor think twice about their actions, and then Prince Zen swoops in to save the day. It's predictable, yet comfortable, just like a Hallmark movie is to a fan of them. I've always made fun of my mom and other people who watch Hallmark movies because I thought that they were dumb and it's all the same thing. But now I kind of see where they're coming from. What makes Snow White with the red hair so special to me is that predictability, that comfy feeling I get knowing exactly how the plot is going to go. There are zero stakes because I know what's going to happen, which means I don't have to worry about the characters. For a time when I'm meant to be relaxing and collecting myself in preparation for the new year, it is the perfect anime to watch. My point is, Snow White is just an okay show. But that doesn't mean you can't like it. It's fine to like whatever you want. If you want to watch Hallmark movies, go for it. You want to watch something simple and predictable? Go for it. Nothing should stop you from enjoying a bad or mediocre show. If you like watching the same plot over and over, if you like that comfortable feeling of knowing how things will go and knowing that everything will be okay, then you might like Snow White with the red hair. I sure do, and I feel absolutely no shame in it, like I do with certain other anime. Granted, I might be a little biased because Brina Palencia is my favorite English voice actress, and she voices Shirayuki in the English dub. As a bonus, the anime has some honestly really good romantic moments that rival even some of the top romance anime. All in all, just remember, this is supposed to be the happiest time of the year, so take this chance to unwind and try to enjoy something comfy and familiar while you curl up by the fire. And if that's not your thing, you shouldn't knock others for liking something just because it isn't an objective masterpiece or whatever. I know this is a short video, just kind of a ramble about an anime that means a lot to me and something I like to do during Christmas. So I hope you enjoyed. A full-length video will be coming out soon. This has been CiderThoughts. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thanks for watching. I love you all and hope to see you in the next video.